Gretchen Carlson, and we are here to bring you the real story on this and many more stories today. There are reports that officials now are blaming some sort of an explosion, the Constitution in one hand and the Bill of Rights in the other, right?
Absolutely. And, you know, Senator Paul and I have been good friends ever since we were both running for the Senate at the same time in 2010. Senator,
you also have Ted Cruz in the mix and probably others in the Tea Party. How do you make your choice as to who you endorse?
Well, look at these guys. And
okay.
I think over time the policies that each candidate...
Because there's this big attack ad out today, millions of dollars being spent, saying that Rand Paul's foreign policy is to the left of President Obama.
Yeah, he has not taken the position that Iran presents.
So Starbucks expanding a big perk for all.
Need something big and juicy. Sonic stock is through the roof. Shake Shack just had a successful IPO. This is what people want.
Okay, but the interesting thing is that it says 100%. Right about the young kids, and I don't know if they're learning it in school or whatever, but even my kids will say, "Oh, mommy, that's not healthy."
Right.
You know, and then I'll say, "But it's really good."
They'll eat it. If it tastes good, they'll eat it. But I think McDonald's obviously behind the curve. But you know, they're also doing and conscious capitalism is not capitalism. It's sort of a socialist hybrid, if you will. Sometimes in Bandoran, if you get a check for $10, you're lucky. A little facetious, but the point is, I understand Jay-Z want to take care of the artists, but don't abuse your fans. You know, if I'm a Jay-Z fan, don't make me pay 100% more. I think they're going to learn the hard way that that's not going to work.
Disturbing discovery about Sergeant Bo Bergdahl. Time for a quick check of your headlines now. An update on the pilot believed to have deliberately crashed that Germanwings plane into the French Alps, killing everyone on board. Well, Lufthansa says it was not required to inform German aviation authorities that Lubitz had suffered depression in the past because he'd qualified as a pilot before stricter reporting rules went into effect. The question of what Lufthansa knew may be a factor in its liability in that crash. Ferguson set for its first election since that deadly police shooting last summer. 3 of the 6 council seats up for grabs. The results could shift the local government's racial makeup, but early predictions don't signal that the election will bring out large numbers of new voters. And the Maverick, not ready yet to throw in the towel. Republican Senator John McCain of Arizona announcing he will run for what could be his 6th term in office in 2016. More questions surfacing now about Army Sergeant Bo Bergdahl and his time in Afghanistan. A Navy report describing what investigators call clear evidence of Sergeant Bergdahl. All right, so let's talk about how they might be spying on us. In what way?
So the app that we're talking about is
an iPhone here. And this does not affect an iPhone, the spying or being able to get some of your personal data. Why?
Well, in the iPhone, the iOS store, Apple curates their apps.
Interesting. Okay, so back to Apple now, because Apple giving you the chance to trade in your BlackBerry or your Android for an Apple does it again. Trades, you love music, you love school, you obviously love sports. Thank you, honey, for giving me your bracket and allowing Mama to win the NCAA March Madness, honey. I love you.
You're welcome. Bye, I love you.
Bye, honey. Wow. 10 years old, right? I think I'm going to use his bracket next year, too. Thanks for being part of The Real Story. I'm Gretchen Carlson. Here's Shep.